Hi, welcome to how to set up your Intex pool with GenericFun95. As you can see on the screen, all the pieces are here that you need to set up your pool with. So first, what you're going to need is your pool liner and your pump it comes with. And some of them vary, but they might come with a tarp. This was from one of my other pools, so I'm using that one. You'll need a ground cloth, in your liner, your pool pump, a new filter, and the clips and the suction ports. Alright, first what you're going to want to do is make sure there's no we're going to be setting up over here because it's nice and flat, and this size is a 10 by 24 pool. So we're going to check over here and see if there's anything that might puncture or damage the pool. And also move anything out of the way that might interfere with the installation. Make sure there's no poop or objects that might damage it. Now what you're going to want to do is take your ground cloth here. This one is full of holes, but it's so big so I can still use it. It's in a level spot, and this is the most level spot I have here, so keep the water balanced. I'm going to put another tarp down over it. That way it doesn't go through the grass. I'm thinking about throwing this tarp away actually. There's holes in it. And again, spread the tarp. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is take your liner and put it over the tarp. Now what you're going to want to do is take your liner, spread it over the tarp, ground cloth, as they would call it. Make sure the direction of your GFCI outlet next to the house is connected to, facing to the direction of it. Right about here. Spread the liner out. Alright, now what you're going to want to do, spread the bottom out evenly as much as possible. Also find the seam, it helps. And now what you're going to want to do is get an air pump to pump the ring up to help spread it out more. And I'm also have to hook up the hose too. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now with the air pump, it doesn't have to be this one in particular. It could be a manual pump or it could be any air pump really, but I'm using this one. It's also an Intex pump. And I'm going to hook it up to this portable device, this portable power station, so I can blow the ring up. So that's what you're going to want to do. Alright, now what you're going to want to do is you take your garden hose. I already hooked it up to the house and turned the water on off screen, off camera, I mean. And you're going to want to, if your hose isn't already hooked up, hook it up to the house so you don't cause any flood damage, because you don't want to put it next to your house because that can result in flood damage. And we don't want that. So now what you're going to want to do take out your hose, start filling it up. It'll make it easier to spread the wrinkles out. Here comes the flow of water. You want to make sure to avoid the kinks in the hose so it can fill up faster. Now, what you're going to want to do is get inside, and then you can spread the wrinkles out even more. Oh, there's a bee in my shoe. Never had that before. Look at that, there's a bee on my shoe. I don't want to step on it because I don't want to get stung. And also you can put the extra pieces of tarp under the pool if it's a bigger tarp, so that way it doesn't kill any extra grass like it's already gonna do. And you just wait till it fills up for a few inches. I advise before the pool gets too full that you set up your filter pump too. So now you must have a new filter, and then open it and you throw it into your filter. Then you put the lid on tight. Put this on over it and push it down on the suction area as tight as you can, and tighten it clockwise to tighten it. Turn counterclockwise to unscrew it. Then you hook your pump up. Then, luckily there's shade here so my camera doesn't break from the heat, because it's in the high 80s today. Then you go up to an outlet, higher this up a little bit, the plant's in the way. Actually, you can see it over there, right over there. You plug this into the outlet. So you're going to want to get your wire all the way around. Now the pump comes with black top hats, but I don't have them out. I'm just hooking the pump up right away instead. And remember, do not operate the pump unless it's filled with water, because that could damage it. So you heard it go off a little earlier, just now. First, what you'll need is, there's a blowing piece that you want to put between your liner. It goes inside the pool. And you'll need a hose for the blowing part. The long hose. You have to make sure it matches the pictures indicator on the side of the pool. Straight. Looks like it is, so you put your clamp on and tighten it on for this one. But don't tighten it too tight, because that may damage it. now, with the other end and the other clamp, hook it up to the pump. Remember, pictogram. And make sure the rubber gasket's in tight. You want to tighten that on too. Now, this is a little different with the other air part. I might have hooked it up wrong, but I can fix it later. If water is not coming out of the hole, the one hole that's different from the other two, if water is not coming out, switch the tubes around, so that way it can do its job more properly. Oh, I forgot. I have to get one more long tube. I'll be right back. Okay, I got the pipe. So now what you're going to want to do first is zoom this out. First, what you're going to want to do is take the T-pipe, and connect the two short ones up here. And once again, make sure the rubber gasket is straight, not crooked, so water doesn't leak out. And then you tighten them up. These pool's clamps used to be metal, now they're plastic. And for good reason too. You actually need two long tubes and two small short tubes for this. Okay, now once they're all hooked up, go back over to the filter pump and hook them up. We're gonna connect them to the pool. Again, you'll need your clamps. You have to make sure they're tightened on. Oh, but before I do that, it's been a couple inches that it's already filled up, so you need to level it out for the last time. These pools can be set up by yourself. You can set these up by yourself, but with bigger pools, I recommend you get some help. And now, before it's too late, before it starts overflowing, you have to connect the filter pump. Use the top black hats or use the filter pump to connect them. Want to get them in there nice and tight. Okay, now the other one. You do the same process. Now finally, hook it up to plus or the minus sign. I can't remember which. Now you can, actually before I plug it in, I'll show you something that will save the grass surrounding your pool. Sorry, I'm not the best tutorialist, but alright, now what you want to do is, if the tarp is bigger than your pool, put the extra tarp under the pool, so that way you can provide more protection and not kill as much of your grass. Before it gets too heavy. Alright, so now we've just finished setting up the pool. All we have to do is wait for it to fill up the rest of the way. See you then. Okay, it looks like the pool is just about full. So here's the pool, all full to the top. Also, I recommend that you put chlorine in the dispenser. Got some chlorine from last year. Also, this chlorine carrier, it's a hybrid of a carrier, chlorine dispenser, and a thermometer, so we can tell the temperature in the pool. So now what you're going to want to do is take your dispenser. I forgot which way to open it. I think it was this way. But you have to be very careful with it. Don't breathe it in or bring it close to your eyes, because it burns. This helps keep your pool cool. Oh, I think I got it open. Then you're going to want to put a tablet in here. You're going to want to close this immediately after you put the tablet. Alright. And also, you're going to want to make sure your chlorine filter works. Your filter pump works. So let's see. That does not sound normal, so we have to switch. Yeah, the plus, actually first, before anything, you unscrew this to get the water flow. And when water starts to spew out, tighten it. You have to prime the pump. Oh, look, there we go. Water's starting to flow. That means it's full. Okay, now let's see if it works. Okay, this is actually the right position. I feel water coming out here. Let's see if we can try and prime it some more. Alright. Oh. We're just going to leave it for a few seconds. Make sure it's all primed up. If it's overflowing, that means there is no air left. But when there's no water spewing out and that's open, that's released, then there's still air in there. All right. Okay, it's all primed. Put this over here. This is where the pump should belong, in front of the logo on the pool. Now let's turn it on. Give it a whirl. Yep, it's working. I connected it right. Yep. Sounds normal too. And that's it. That is exactly how you set up your pool from GenericFun95. Also, it looks pretty level. It's as level as it's gonna get, using the same spot as I did last year. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll hope to see you again next time. Bye.